All right, let's just dive right into this, shall we? Welcome to This Explainer. I'm your EXP financial host, and look, if you're sick and tired of playing financial whack-a-mole every single month, you are in the absolute right place. Today, we're throwing on our financial armor and unlocking the ultimate 2026 cheat code to basically automate your wealth. Believe me, I've been broke, I've made the most ridiculous money mistakes you can imagine. Honestly, I used to think a balanced portfolio just meant holding a burger in each hand. But I'm here as your slightly sarcastic, hopefully kind of wise, best buddy to help you level up your cash. We're going to build a machine that works for you so you don't have to work so darn hard for it. So let me ask you a question, and I want you to be totally honest with me here. Have you ever experienced the dreaded payday black hole? Yeah, you know the feeling. It's Friday morning, that direct deposit hits, and for a fleeting, glorious 24 hours, you feel like absolute royalty. I mean, you're buying the fancy coffee, you're looking at flight deals, you are practically manifesting a yacht. And then, well, the weekend happens, the bills auto draft, you blink, and suddenly, poof, your cash has just vanished into the ether. By Tuesday, you're suddenly scrounging around the sofa cushions for quarters just to afford like a heavily processed granola bar from the break room vending machine. It's ridiculous. But listen to me, it is not entirely your fault. The system is literally designed to leak money if you let it. So we are going to fix this forever. I'm going to walk you through a completely foolproof 5-move checklist that you need to execute the exact second your paycheck hits in 2026. Okay, move 1. The safety tax. This is all about funding your emergency net. Now look, I know the phrase emergency fund sounds incredibly boring. Cue the yawns, right? But we need your safety net to actually do some heavy lifting for you. You cannot just leave it sitting in a traditional checking account, slowly decaying from inflation. Enter this absolute miracle of a number, 4.21% APY. Yes, as of April 2026, the high-yield savings landscape is still surprisingly strong despite some recent rate cuts. Top-tier accounts like Axos Bank's One Account are offering up to 4.21%. To get this, you usually need to route about $1,500 in qualifying direct deposits over there and maintain a minimum balance. But the whole point is, this yield is just way too good to ignore. I mean, just look at this sad, pathetic 0.60% national average for traditional savings accounts. That is microscopic. It's basically zero. When you park your money in a 4.21% high-yield savings account, that interest is essentially a patience prize from the bank. They're literally paying you free money for not spending your emergency fund on a jet ski. Think about it. If you've got a $20,000 emergency fund, that 4.21% is making you over $800 a year just for sitting on your hands. Secure the patience prize, my friends, and with that, we are a solid 20% of the way through our payday checklist. Moving right along to move 2, the match. This is where we grab that free money. If move 1 was your safety net, move 2 is arguably the single most important foundational step for long-term wealth building. We're talking about your 401k and that glorious employer match. The 2026 limits are massive, guys, up to $24,500 standard, with huge catch-ups for older folks bringing you up to $32,500 or even $35,750 if you happen to be in that 60 to 63 golden age window. Now, a quick little warning for the high earners out there. Your catch-ups might be forced into after-tax Roth accounts now, thanks to the latest rules. Yeah, it might sting a bit up front, but trust me, that tax-free growth later on, incredibly sweet. But listen to me, regardless of your limits, the absolute bare minimum you must do is get your employer match. I see people skipping this all the time and it drives me absolutely crazy. Walking away from a 401k employer match is literally like dropping a giant bag of cash on the sidewalk and just walking away because you, quote, didn't want to carry it. I mean, come on, it is 100% free money. Grab the bag. Let's call that 40% of our system locked and loaded. Next up is move 3, the bill shield. It's time to automate your life. Welcome to the absolute magic of NACHA. Now, they run the ACH network, which I know sounds like a sneeze, but it's actually the essential plumbing of the U.S. financial system. In 2026, they rolled out a rule requiring a standardized payroll identifier on direct deposits. Back in the old days, banking apps kind of had to guess if an incoming deposit was your salary or maybe just a Venmo from your mom reimbursing you for a pizza. That made automated routing super glitchy. But now, it's deterministic. When that payroll tag hits, your banking app knows exactly what it is with 100% certainty. So, under the new 2026 rules, those funds must be available by 9 a.m. local time. Picture this. 9 a.m. hits, the payroll tag acts as a tripwire. Your bank app instantly grabs, say, 30% of that money and shoves it into a totally separate checking account dedicated purely to fixed expenses. We're talking rent, utilities, insurance, the boring stuff. I call this the financial DMZ. It's a demilitarized zone that safely separates your fixed survival costs from your fun money, so you can never accidentally spend your rent money on a spontaneous weekend trip again. And it happens instantly, before you even wake up. That puts us at 60% completion.
All right, move 4, the growth seed. This is where we talk long-term investing.
For your automated routing, you really want low-cost index funds. Think Vanguard's VTI, which covers the total U.S. market, or VOO, which tracks the S&P 500. The absolute best part here, the cost. Both have a microscopic 0.03% expense ratio. That literally means it costs you practically nothing to own a piece of the greatest wealth-building machine in human history. VOO traded around $656 in April 2026, and VTI around $352, so you'll definitely want to use a broker that allows fractional shares. But the strategy itself is super simple. Stop hunting for one shiny needle in the stock market. Just buy the whole haystack. And as you can see here, the undeniable math of exactly why we do this is wild. Just look at that snowball effect of compound growth. When you automate a slice of your paycheck into VOO or VTI every single time you get paid, you harness this massive momentum. Even if it's just $50 a paycheck, you're buying fractional shares, you're reinvesting those dividends, and you are just letting time do the heavy lifting. You are literally buying your future freedom on autopilot. Look at that, 80% of the way there, folks. One final piece of the puzzle. And finally, we arrive at move 5, guilt-free fun. Yes, it's actually time to enjoy your money. Because your automated system is now fully fed, right? Your emergency fund got its cut, your 401k is matched, your bills are sitting safe in the financial DMZ, and your ETFs are compounding away. Whatever cash remains in your primary checking account is officially yours to blow. You can now buy ridiculous things without a single ounce of guilt. You want that $24 burger on DoorDash? Go for it. Even though we know, looking at the data for 2026, that delivery apps are hitting restaurants and consumers with up to 30% or 40% in platform fees. Like, it is objectively a terrible financial decision to eat a cold burrito with a 40% markup. Or what about the average $219 a month we leak on random app subscriptions? Now, normally, a finance guy would yell at you for this, but if your 5-move automated system is already fully funded, who cares? Buy the cold burrito. You have earned the right to waste your leftover money because your wealth is already perfectly secured. And that, my friends, is the blueprint. You really don't need to be some Wall Street wizard to build wealth in 2026. You just need to set up the plumbing correctly exactly once, and then let the nacho rules and compound interest do the rest. Stop hunting for couch change. Stop letting your money vanish. Stop surviving payday, and start winning it. So, once your whole financial machine is running 100% on autopilot, what exactly are you going to do with all your newly found freedom? I'll let you think about that. Thanks for tuning into this explainer, and I will catch you on the next one.